Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miranda. I know you guys are looking like, hold on Miranda, you still are in the same set of outfit that you was in your last video. I know, y'all thought I was playing. I'm trying to get these videos out the way because I've been procrastinating. Life has gotten in the way, being a new mom, you know, all of that stuff took over and I just left. I'm sorry. So now I'm updating you guys on what's really going on. So this video is gonna be my birth story video. So let's jump right on it. My daughter due date was supposed to be January the 1st, 2021. But she decided to come early. She ended up being born on December 22nd, 2020. You know, a little early Christmas gift. It's a time for her to be here, for me to claim her own taxes, and thank God. I was already scheduled for a doctor's appointment December 23rd. I think I was already scheduled for an appointment. And on the 21st, I woke up, and with me being so far along in my pregnancy, I was staying the night at Jarrell. At the time, we were both living out. At the time, he was still living at his mom's, and I was still living with my grandparents. But Jarrell's house is closer to the hospital compared to where my grandparents lived. Like, it was technically an hour away, but he lived like, what, 20 minutes away from the hospital. So it just made more sense to like stay close to the hospital at the time for me. So that's what I did. So I was spending the night at, spending nights at his mom's house with him. And he went to work, and I remember waking up and just, I was already uncomfortable. I believe I was already having resting hip contractions because I think on the 20th I went and I was having contractions and stuff, and I went to the emergency room and they had me in triage, and I was in triage, and I was just feeling, I was feeling pain or whatever. So they had me on the monitor, and come to find out I was contracting, I just wasn't dilating. So they sent me home. So then here comes the 21st, woke up, drove to work, and I just kept going to the bathroom, like kept going to the bathroom. So magically Jarrell ends up getting off from work early, because normally he gets off like late in the evening time, but we're looking back, everything worked out perfectly. He ended up getting off earlier than that, and he came home, and I was telling I was just all big and pregnant, and not big, but you know what I'm trying to say. I was just all pregnant and uncomfortable and just over my pregnancy at that point, because I'm just like, bro, get this shot out of me now. He comes home, and I remember being on the bed watching TV, and I was telling him I wasn't feeling good, and we both ended up taking a nap. I tried to take a nap. He took a nap. I couldn't get comfortable. I was complaining. I kept telling him, I'm like, babe, I'm in pain. And I know at this point he was tired of me saying that, because I was saying that a lot those past couple of days, and he's probably like, it's no biggie, it's probably the same pain you've been feeling, whatever. So I kept going to the bathroom, and then so I told him, I said, well, babe, let's get up and try to walk. He's like, okay. So we get up and try to walk the dirt road or whatever, and y'all, I didn't even make it that far from the house. I said, babe, something ain't right. Well, I'm not gonna say that something wasn't right. I'm like, babe, this don't feel right. This is uncomfortable. I don't think this is like a joke. Not even a joke. I don't even think this is like what I've been feeling. This is new. And he was like, well, just call the doctor. Because what I was trying to do, y'all, I was trying to hold out to my doctor's visit, which was on the 23rd. But obviously that didn't happen. That didn't last. We didn't make it. But anyway, so I called them, and the lady on the phone, she just was like, asking me how far along my contractions were, because I was having contractions. And I told her they were like 5-7 minutes apart. I think at first they were like 8 to 7 minutes, and then by the time I got on the phone with her and stuff, they were like 5 to 7 minutes apart. So she was like, well, okay. She was like, you can just come straight to the office, because she felt like they would be able to see me faster than the emergency room. So that's what we did. So I get there, and y'all, I'm in pain, uncomfortable. My freaking phone holder broke, so that's why I had to, manipulate my situation right now and do what I can. My contractions were 5-7 minutes apart. So we come in, we get to the hospital, and like I said, I'm still having contractions. They put me on the machine to read my contractions, and my doctor came in, and he told me that I was having contractions, and I only dilated Y'all, when I tell you, I was so mad. Not even that. I wasn't mad because our dialect wasn't mad. I was mad because he told me that to come back, instead of coming back on the... So now he was saying, instead of coming back on Wednesday the 23rd, he told me to come back the next day. So I was like, okay, sorry. Yeah, so he told me to come back one day prior to my original date to come in for an appointment. So the way I was feeling when I was in that office, I told myself, I said, listen, I said, he sent me home, I'm 1 centimeter dilated, and I don't think I'm gonna make it through the night. But he told me if I had any other problems, whatever, to come back, and I knew I was coming back because I knew I wasn't gonna make it through the night. Now that kind of pain I wasn't. So come outside, told my boyfriend what's going on, and so we end up, and I'm so glad that we end up going to Pizza Hut. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I really am. Y'all, please give me an E for effort. Like, I'm really trying to get this video for y'all. I really am, because it's been too many months. To me, it's been entirely too many months that I haven't seen y'all or whatever. So I was so glad that we stopped at Pizza Hut and get pizza, because little did we know baby girl was coming. So, and you know, they wasn't about to sit there and starve me, so thank God I already ate something. Just thank God, because that would have been horrifying to be going through what I went through, and I didn't have anything in my system. Well, I would have been pissed. I would have been pissed. I really would have. So I ate 2 pizzas. We got to his house. Got back to my boyfriend's house. We got there, and you know, he started playing this game or whatever. And I'm like laying there. I'm like, okay, well, let me just take a nap. You know, y'all, man, please. I can't. Within 2 hours, y'all. 2 hours. I kept tossing, I kept turning, and those contractions were kicking my behind. On YouTube, I'm trying not to curse. Those freaking contractions were kicking my behind, and it got to a point where one of those contractions made me kick my boyfriend and told him, get up, we got to go now. We got to go back now. And I know he was, I would have been irritated too if I was him. I ain't gonna lie, because we just came back from the hospital 2 hours ago. Now we're going back, and at this point, I think, if I'm not mistaken, at this point, it was dark at this point, because earlier when we went that first time, it was daylight. At this point now, it's kind of like getting dark. So are you gonna let me in? I guess not. I'll wait. Are you gonna let me in? Thank you. God bless your heart and all your parts. Okay, I'm trying. Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. I don't have my phone holder. I have to buy a new phone holder. I'm not letting nothing interrupt what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get this video out for y'all, and I got time. So this one is getting dark. Get to the hospital, and on the way to the hospital, y'all, the contractions, like I said, were kicking my behind. I couldn't get comfortable for nothing. I kept mixing up, and it was just so much going on. So get to the hospital, sat down for a minute. They checked me. They checked me in, and I think the lady asked me how long my contractions were, and I believe I said 7 to 10 or 7 to 8. But then she started watching me, and she said, as she was watching me the whole entire time as she was checking me in, she's like, hold on. She said, I think your contractions are actually 5 to I think 2 to 5, or I actually think she was at 2 to 5, 5 to 7. I think she said, yeah, either one of those two. So at that point, she was trying to hurry up so I don't freaking go in labor right there in the emergency room. Well, I was already in labor, but she didn't want me to, like, guess up to have a baby out in the emergency room. So she hurried up, got me in the triage and checked me. So y'all, at this point, I am just mad. This pain is kicking my behind. I'm just not feeling it. So I'm in triage, then my doctor come back in. And I love my doctor, y'all, but at this point, he was just pissed with me, making me so mad, because I'm just ready to feel some kind of relief. And like, I'm like, in my back of my head, I'm like, dude, you should have kept me here earlier. I could have been, you know, you should just kept me here earlier. So he comes waltzing in the dang triage, and he was like, Miss Hugie. He was like, you're back, I see. I'm looking and thinking to myself, yeah, you know. So he checks me, and he sticks his hand all up in all of my private this. And he was like, oh yeah. He was like, we're either gonna have a baby tonight or early in the morning. And I look at my boyfriend looked at me, and thank God, y'all, that we both we already had our bags and stuff packed. See, I was prepared. Hospital bags already packed. They were already in the trunk, and her bag, my daughter's bag was already packed. So, somebody trying to call me? I don't know. Anyway. And they took me to my room for delivery. Y'all, those contractions were no joke. And so, when it got to me, and I'll tell you, I was dilating quick. I mean, I feel like I dilated so fast. I ain't even gonna lie. I really did dilate fast. So, remember for that first time I went from within 2 hours, I went from 1 centimeter. By the time I got to the hospital the second time and I was in triage, I was 5 centimeters, y'all. 5. Yes, I did that. I dealt with that pain. So I wasn't tripping. It was a lot going on down there. So, by the time they got me out of triage, they got me in my room, it just, to me, it felt like time was flying to me. I don't know why, but it just felt like time was flying to me. So, by the time I did get an epidural, the only thing that made me iffy about the epidural was because I do have scoliosis, so I didn't know how that was going to affect my back. So, I told them, I informed the anesthesiologist. I'm at a red light, y'all. I'm sorry. I just got y'all all over this car today. I'm sorry. When I buy the phone holder, we're going to be in a better situation. But until then, we got to do what we can do. So anyway, I did tell the anesthesiologist, sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I did tell her, that I had scoliosis, and she told me it would be fine for me to get it. I got it, and I don't know about anybody else's experience, but my experience with getting the epidural, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel her putting nothing in my bag. I didn't feel nothing, and it was so funny because, like, y'all, I think it had to been the epidural that had me feeling like that. But it was relieving. I was numb. I didn't feel nothing. I mean, you could see my contractions on the screen, and I didn't feel none of them suckers. And I was like, thank God, because I probably would have been dying. I was doing really well, but when they were putting the epidural on my back, they had my boyfriend hold me, and she told me, don't move or whatever. I told them people, listen here. I said, after this contraction is about to pass, I said, if y'all know what I know, soon as this contraction ends, you better put that thing in my bag. I said, because if I catch or get another contraction, I am going to move. Ain't no don't move, because every time I caught a contraction, I instantly would kick my feet. Like, it was instant. Like, I mean, and every time my daughter kicks her feet, and I laugh every time she kicks her feet, because that's exactly, it always brings me back to how I was. Oh shit, pay attention people. It always brings me back to how I was. Sorry y'all, it was a yellow light, and I didn't want to run and mess around and hit the red light, because where I'm at, they got cameras, and I ain't trying to get no ticket. But so the person behind me, I need to pay attention. Anyway, so every time my daughter kicks her feet, it always makes me giggle in the inside, because that's exactly how I was kicking my feet when I was in the hospital bed. But anyway, so yeah, I told them they better hurry up and put that epidural in my back, because baby, if I catch a contraction, I'm going to move. So thank God, she did it quickly and got it done. And after the epidural, I was good. And at that point, I was 7 centimeters. At that point, I was 7 centimeters. So I was still moving quick. So I only had a couple more to go. So it felt like a few minutes, but I guess it was an hour or so later. My doctor came in, and he just was like, we can go ahead and try to start pushing. Y'all, I couldn't even feel me push. Like, they kept saying, like, push like you're constipated. Like, hello, how am I supposed to push like I'm constipated if I don't feel anything? Okay, excuse me, but so I tried pushing, y'all, couldn't feel nothing. So then my doctor was like, okay, he said, I'm gonna leave and come back. He was like, he's like, I'm gonna leave and come back. He said, when I come back and we try again, if we don't see any progress, then we're gonna make a detour. And when he said detour, I already knew what that meant. That meant C-section. So I'm like, freak no. I'm not trying to get cut. Like, no. So y'all, my doctor leave, come back. I try to push, no effort. I mean, no changes. So I already knew. And so he came back and he was like, well, cause my boyfriend was like, he was like, I could see her hair. He's like, her hair is right there. I could see her hair or whatever. And thank God I didn't feel none of that. It would have freaked me out, cause stuff like this just makes me sick to my stomach. So thank God I was able to have it. I'm very thankful for the epidural. I'm thankful I didn't feel anything. I just was numb all down there. So I didn't feel nothing. But just thank God. So my boyfriend was like, he could see her hair, and I tried pushing her. I really did try to push with all my might. And even though when the doctor was down there, he was looking like I guess he wasn't understanding why she wasn't coming out. So obviously when they're in that canal or whatever, they can't stay in there long. So he was like, okay, it looks like we're going to make a detour. So y'all, I immediately looked at my boyfriend and bust out crying because I don't know if I had I think I did mention it in my other. Yeah, I did mention it in 2 videos from now that during my pregnancy, I did leave my job because the job I was working at the time were acting like they weren't understanding, the severity of me saying, hey, I'm having cramps and pressure very early in my pregnancy, and the job that I worked was very physically demanding, and I just decided to, it's not just about me no more. I have a child on the way, and I don't want to put me or my child at risk just for a job. So I left. So yeah, I didn't want to put me or my child at risk. So I did leave. And the reason I'm saying that, when they were like, shoot, sorry y'all, I just hit a curb. And how embarrassing. The things I go through and do for you guys. And then, of course, there's no freaking parking spots. Oh, look at God. Won't he do it? Oh, no, it's the motorcycle right there. Oh, my gosh. Really? Oh, and then somebody took that parking spot. How lovely. Maybe if I wasn't on the phone, I would have seen it. But, yeah. She's just parking. I did see that was about. She's not leaving. They're probably leaving. Let me see here. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to find a parking spot. I still got time before it's time for me to go in the actual office, but yeah. And the police is just sitting right here. Okay. Ugh. Go about to hit another curve. Oh boy. Ugh. Oh, there's no parking spot. Okay, y'all, let me find a parking spot real quick, then I will continue the story. Okay, y'all, so I did finally find a parking spot, thank God, because it's like really full out here. Surprised I even found one. I still got some time left. Yeah. I told y'all in a previous video that I did quit my job or whatever, and so I was able to pay my bills and stuff, without any stress, because I saved my money very well for those months when I was when I wasn't working. So when the doctor said that I had to get a C-section, I was upset because nobody wants to get cut. 2, I had a plan where, I thought, I was thinking about the healing time, because it takes you longer to heal from a C-section than it does to give birth naturally. So when he says C-section, I'm like, dang, this is like going to set me back even more than where I want to be. So, but at that point, it was out of my control. There was nothing I could do or say. So they rolled me over, and at that point, y'all, like, in any video or clips or pictures I may have of what I'm saying throughout all of this, I will definitely share. We did not do like a video of me in labor and stuff. I don't think my mom was nowhere on that. No, it wasn't. I don't think it was. So, but anything I could find to like share, to give you guys a visual of what was going on, I would definitely be putting that on the screen or whatever somewhere. But yeah, so they rolled me over, and when they gave me that epidural, I thought it was because I was nervous or whatever, but I was shaking, y'all. Like, I was like vibrating, like shaking, and I thought it was because I was nervous, but come to find out it was because of the epidural. And yeah, so I was shaking majority of the time. Oh, sorry, y'all. I got up early. My daughter's got a little cold, and she kept waking up, so I'm like very tired. I really didn't get that much sleep last night. So they rolled me over to the room where they're going to be doing the C-section. And like I said, when I looked at my boyfriend after they said C-section, you know, I did start crying because I didn't want to get cut. And I remember just having an attitude. Like, I was just like, I remember like laying on the table and my head was turned this way. I could hear my boyfriend. He was like, babe, he was like, I'm right here. But I was just, my head just stayed as I was just so, I think it had something to do with the medication, like the epidural itself and all that. But when they actually did the C-section, my boyfriend said they did not let him like see it, but he was like they would have the sheet up, he had to stay on this side of the sheet. They didn't let him like see over the sheet. So while they were cutting me open, you know, I could feel the pressure, but I didn't feel no pain, if that makes sense. Like I could feel the tugging sensation, but I didn't feel like no pain at all. And next thing you know, all I heard was a little, you know, she didn't like cry like probably twice, made noise twice, but that was it. She didn't come out like hollering and screaming. I mean, okay. And come to find out, the reason they had to do the C-section, what it was, my daughter, she was downward, but she was facing the ceiling instead of having her head down. So that was one reason that we had to do the C-section. And the other reason was because the umbilical cord had wrapped around her ankle. Just my freaking luck, right? So I'm so glad she came out, you know, nothing was wrong with her. She was fine. They done, I guess, staple me back up or whatever, however you want to say it. We rolled to whatever, I don't know the name of the room. It's the room whatever after you have the baby. Had me sitting there for a minute. My boyfriend, he was like beyond tired. He was hungry. Me, I was just still shocked that I had a kid, because even when I was pregnant, I still didn't believe I was having a baby. Like, and now that she's like in my arms, I still couldn't believe it. Ooh, good stuff in my eye. But now, like, even when she was in my arms, I still couldn't believe it. I guess I was I was in the stage of processing, or the phase of processing what the heck was really going on, you know? So we sat in there for a minute, then they moved me to my own room. My boyfriend mostly slept. My boyfriend mostly slept. My daughter most had slept. But I was just up. I immediately went to like grab my phone. Like, that's my phone. My boyfriend kept my family posted on what was going on, you know, leading up to me having her, because, you know, with COVID, he was the only one that could be in the delivery room, and let alone in the room they did the C-section. So I responded back to some calls and some texts or whatever, and yeah, 22nd, like I said, December 22nd, she was here. I'll probably insert some pictures or whatever, some clips of her when she was kind of like first born. She was so tiny then, but she's so cute. But she's definitely gotten bigger, obviously. But she, you know, you're just always shocked when you look back at when you see where they are now, then you look back to when their very first day on this earth. You're like, wow. And she will be, today is June 7th, and she will be on June 22nd. She will be 6 months already. We're halfway to her being 1 year old, and I can't believe it. They literally really do grow up right in front of your eyes. Like, it's crazy. Like, even when she turned 1 week old, I was like, hold on, slow down. You just got here. Why are you 1 week old already? But she's a beautiful baby girl. I can't wait to you guys get to meet her. She is currently at daycare right now because I have a doctor's appointment. And my next video, I am gonna do a life update. You know, I'm sorry, y'all. It's time for this hair come out my hair and my weave itching. So I'm sorry. So make sure I got my umbrella. So my next video is going to be life update video. I don't know why it took me so long to get that. A life update video. I do plan on doing a day in a life video. I'm trying to be back, y'all. My boyfriend also, you know, we talked about him joining me on my channel, or us having our own channel. So whatever we decide, I will let you guys know. But I do appreciate you guys for taking your time out to, you know, view the video. Please like and share, and even comment. Like, let's talk. I want to interact with people. Like, I have the energy now. Like, back when I was pregnant, I just was like, girl, now you know. But I want to, like, get to know my audience. I want my audience and, you know, my fans, I don't want to say fans, but my audience and my support system to get to know me, and I want to get to know them. I want to have that relationship with y'all. I like to talk. I like to chit chat. I'm a likable person, you know. I like people, so I'm happy-go-lucky. Like, I want to interact with you guys. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, because a lot's on the way. So I'll see you guys in my next video.